Hi, I'm Malachi Green, and I'm going to be talking about my heart condition.
What is your condition?
I have an irregular heartbeat. It's like your heart rate slows down when you're sleeping to the point where you start to gasp for air.
When was your first attack?
I was in my room, regular day, and I went to bed, and at that moment, I felt like I couldn't breathe at the start, but I thought nothing of it. And then when I went to bed, I started to gasp for more and more air, and then I realized that I was starting not to breathe. And then my mom came in. She's in the room right next to me. She heard me gasping for air. She came in, she calmed me down, and it was all normal.
Does your condition affect your family in any way?
Ever since I was 12, whenever I would go to a cousin's house or a family member's house, I would be closely monitored. My uncle actually, whenever I would go to bed, I would have to lay on the couch at his house so he could sit there next to me and make sure I would stay breathing. And whenever I would start to tremor, he would just wake me up, and then my heart rate would go back to normal. And he just did it all night, and that was probably one of the best role models I could have in my life.
So to help your condition with the breathing, do you have any medical kind of breathing apparatus that helps you sleep or prepares you for sleep at night?
Well, you know the nasal strips. Nasal strips is one thing I can use to help me, but also I use an inhaler.
What was your last attack that has hit you recently?
My last attack was right before Christmas break. I just went to bed, regular college night, went to bed at 12, and then I started to wheeze. My roommate actually jumped down and grabbed my inhaler, kind of forced me to take a breath through it, which ultimately, saved me from having a panic attack, which would make it even worse.
Have you ever had an attack to where it almost got fatal, or has it always been
time? I've never actually had an attack to where it got fatal, but I've only went to the doctor's office, to the ER one time for it, and that was when I was 12. And ever since, I've had somebody there that knows of the condition to help me, and then it should help.
So Malachi, how does it feel when one of these attacks hit?
All right, so what happens is you start to feel like you're gagging at first, and then after a while, it's like when you're in that intense doing sprints, like you're sprinting up and down, and then you realize you're having an asthma attack, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're underwater, and you're looking up, and there's no way you can get back to the surface, and you start to feel like you're drowning.
Malachi, what is the time frame of when your attack starts to where it becomes fatal and you could die or your organs start to shut down?
So I've never actually gotten to the point where it starts to be fatal, but the doctor, when I went there, they said that it goes to 10 to 15 minutes. So I have 10 to 15 minutes to raise my heart rate to the point where it's normal.
Malachi, since you're a wrestler at Adrain College, the starter at 125, does this, your condition, affect your athletic ability or anything in your sport?
Actually, no, it doesn't affect me. It's only when I'm sleeping does my heart rate lower to the point where my breaths shorten. So, and actually when I am wrestling, my heart rate rises to the point where I am completely fine and I feel great.
So this is only a condition at night when you sleep. Is it when you go into a deep sleep, a light sleep?
Most episodes are during deep sleep.
But if nobody was around, let's say you lived in your own apartment or your roommate was away from the dorm and you had one of these attacks, is there any way for you to get out of the attack? Or would you just sit there and wheeze until you can't breathe anymore? So
the best thing, and it's happened once where I was by myself and no one was around because my parents were working, and I started to freak out. Holy crap, no one's here to help me. I actually thought of the nicest thing that I could have, the best memory that I've ever had, and the best memory I've ever had was realizing that I could be better than myself. I thought that I'm just a kid, I can't really do anything. And then I discovered sports, and sports actually changed my life. And that's actually what saved me that day, I think.
Does your condition affect your life goals and what you want to accomplish in life?
No, actually, it doesn't affect my goals at all. One of my favorite quotes is, "Doubt kills more dreams than fear does." So when I think of this, I think it's doubt, and I overcome doubt every day, so this can't stop me.
So do you think your condition made you stronger as a person and more able to strive for your goals and not be afraid to hit walls in life?
It's taught me that you can take risks and make it through it. I'm Malachi Green, and thank you for listening to my story.